What's good, everybody? It's your guy, Zara, All Rights Reserved. Now, you've probably already seen in community when I drop what's going on. It's getting deeper. Now, understand, I knew about P. Diddy being accused of a second person coming out. It gets even deeper because not only that, they're looking over him in the 1990s committing this act and causing a situation where, oh man, where another celebrity was involved with him. And they, as a group, took two women and violated them. Now, that's what you saw on that one part. But check it out also. So, as we know, we've seen that AXL Rose from Guns N' Roses has been outed as having done this to a woman, Diddy style. Take that Diddy style in 19 in the 1980s, okay, 19 excuse me 89. So this also came out yesterday. So I told you they're going to start outing celebrities, okay. And as we continue to go, we have yet to even see, we haven't even seen a little bit of the celebrities that are going to be start to get exposed. So we're going to call this Cassie Gate because Cassie Gate opened up and it's a flood. So what's going on is there's a flood of confidence to these women that were placed in a situation that may have been threatened, that may be told. Remember, Cassie was threatened. She was told she can't do something. She gave heart to a whole generation of women, even from the 1980s, that have come out and started speaking about these type of things. So this is giving power to women. Who else is going to be exposed? And keep watching. I keep telling you, you're about to see celebrities. Remember, we have a lot of celebrities that is even current today that may feel like they got away with it, that are going to be ousted because these same women that were violated are not going to feel scared to come out again. Remember, back then in the 80s, these threats and their celebrities, it held more weight. But we're in the 90s to 2000s type time to now we're in the 2020s type time. They're not going to have fear like that anymore. So if you're a celebrity and you did do this, better get your coins up because Diddy just opened the gates. When he got called out, when he got exposed, it literally brought light to a lot of different things that people really don't want out there, honestly. And this is the honest truth. And the reason I say that is because when you check the scenarios, let's, as using Axl Rose, look at how big and wealthy he is. What made her not come out in 1980? But what made her start to speak up around the time we're in, the 2020s? It's because she's seeing how honest and open people are being and they're getting help. How there is an opening in the divide to offer assistance to those ladies that have been violated in a way that have taken their confidence, taken their future, done them dirty, and put them in a position of wanting to do something about it, but unable to because the alleged threats that were being placed on their heads. All right. Now, again, you guys got to give props. Storm Monroe and Jaguar Wright are still spearheading this, and they're continuing to still discuss these type of topics. And this is amazing because at any time in our culture, these women would not have been safe to feel out to come out and speak. Think about it. We've never seen so many women openly speaking and getting assistance. And it's good. I'm glad they do it. And these celebrities need to pay up. They got all this money. Y'all need to pay up. Y'all need to stand up. You need to be honest and open. You need to be very, very specific about what happened to you. And the sad thing is, I don't think that the 1980s, I don't know what she can do because if she didn't get checked out in a hospital, then I don't know if they're not going to go forward with it because her word against his. Because a lie detector test 9 times out of 10 is not allowed in court. Most people don't know that, but it's not. So you can't force them to lie detector test. What evidence do you have? What hospital do you go to after? This is why I told y'all, if you're a young lady or you're an older lady or anything and this stuff happens, go to the hospital, get a checkup. Just get a checkup. You just go to the hospital, get a checkup. That's the number one thing. Even if you're not going to address it, go to the hospital, get a checkup. Let them take a DNA sample and do that, and let them do their thing. Because when you look to go forward and press charges, you'll have the ability to, because the DNA is going to be fresh, going to be out there, and it'll be possible to retrieve. Now, this is what's common protocol when dealing with these type of assaults type situations. Now, even deeper than that, why would Axl Rose, at the height height of his career, have done that to a woman. Do you know how many women were throwing themselves at him? Now, I understand the Diddy thing. Diddy had a bunch of money, but he didn't have the clout that you think. His rapping ability wasn't there. Women weren't rushing to him because of his name. He wasn't Biggie back then when y'all first started in the early 1990s, maybe. But as time went on, people realized, hey, he's just the guy with a lot of money. He's just the owner of the studio. He is not the main talent. And that's the type of thing where it gets bothered. Remember, what is the thing that they come at Diddy about? You're all up in the artist videos, dancing all in it. Think. He's dancing all in the videos, looking for attention and looking for his name to get him over the hump. But these young girls are not coming up into the game looking for, where can I find P. Diddy? They don't care because you're not the talent. Plus, your talent is not that sharp. So, looking at this, Axl Rose is a big talent for Guns N' Roses. What caused him to make this mistake? What caused him? What's behind it? And why did this woman not come out then? That's the thing, that the article wasn't very clear on why. The why is still confusing. The how was easy. He could have easily forced himself upon girls, easy. But why? At the height of your career, okay? We're talking the height of their career. Same thing for Diddy. The height of his career. He was doing this stuff. It's abuse of power, okay? That's something you guys need to understand. A lot of these celebrities, it's not out crazy yet, but it is. They abuse their power normally. And that's what makes them feel comfortable in what they're doing. And fear is set upon the whole community on everything that happened around. This isn't a game. It's not speculation. It's not a joke. It's very serious. And when they make these admissions, it deserves to come out because no woman deserves to be forced upon. And every guy who has status, you should have game enough to make her want to be around you instead of trying to tell her, you're going to do this for me. Like, there's a difference to game and then a dude who doesn't. You get me? Because when you have game, you don't even look at situations like that. You already know what's there. You already know what you can get. You already know what you can do with everything around you, how to utilize the tools that you value. You know those things. So you're not sitting there dumbfounded looking for opportunities to strike. These guys in the 80s were obviously looking for opportunity because I'm sure Guns N' Roses on tour, on concert, in these big venues where fans were not alone. I'm sure they were there as a group, i.e., makes sense. The reason Diddy's guy came out as they group performed, forcing themselves as a group on women with two women that are claiming they got forced upon. So Diddy's bank is getting broken right now. And even worse, you got some other stars from the far past who have catalogs that supersede most of these current artists, and they're being attacked, i.e., Axl Rose. So here's what I'm asking you. What is the most surprising name that you feel is going to come out? What a surprising name, because this is just the beginning. And I told you, what's crazy? What did I say? Not this week. What did I say last earlier this week in the video? I said people are going to start being exposed. Didn't I tell y'all people are going to start being exposed? Straight up. I told you that before anything happened. I said this year, God's going to start letting people like that be exposed, that do bad, that are evil, that do this. Right after the first Diddy video, I told you, God is not playing with these dudes anymore. They're filthy rich. They think they can't be touched. They're sending real threats to these women to keep them out the way and continuing to make their money. That all for money, for the love of money, all to keep their money. You know what God says about money. It's not money that's evil. It's the love in a person's heart for it, to put it above everything else, to put it above a woman's natural being, to say, well, this woman's safety don't matter to me. I'm going to violate this woman. Well, this woman's presence here don't matter to me. We're all going to do it as a group, like Diddy just got caught doing right after he got exposed with Cass. This type of stuff is evil. It really changes the future and life of these women. You can't just go around taking stuff from people like that. That's horrible. Like, I'm here thinking you guys got game. and that you're able to pick up women with all your money, but you can't. Like, how do you even have to spend money to pick a woman up? How? That's weird to me. Even if you're rich, you're telling me you can't talk to her, tell her come hang out with me, give time for her to get to know you before you even sit there to say, I'm going to take this from her. You got, even then, if you really want it, you don't know what to say to a woman. It's crazy to me. That's blowing my mind because I'm here growing up thinking these guys got game. I see all these women around P. Diddy. I'm like, dang, he got all these girls, all that money, but it's glamorized. It's not what you think it is. That's why showbiz ain't showbiz like you think. Now, let me ask y'all this too. What if it comes out the men that were allegedly involved with some of these celebrities come out and they have been forced upon? What are you going to say then? That's the most curious thing. What if men come out and having been forced, with celebrities forcing themselves on them? Are you guys going to keep the same energy? Are you going to keep the same energy? I'm asking this. I'm asking you this for a reason. Are you going to keep the same energy? Now remember, it's come out certain artists that have relationship with the same sex, but it's never come out the same sex, and then they're forcing themselves on them. That's going to be a game changer for the ideology that precedes humanity, human beings. What are we going to do then? Are you guys going to be fair? Are you going to hear them out? Are you going to listen to what they got to say? Are you going to look at them and say you should have been able to protect yourself? We got to see what's going to happen with this because these things are coming. Once again, I said it was coming. Now AXL Rose is out. Jamie Foxx is out. What else do you guys want? What else do you want? This is what I'm saying. You need to see the pattern on what goes on over here. Over here on All Rights. That's all we've done, shown patterns, and then lo and behold, it comes out what we said was true. Every time, it's not just this one scenario. No, we've been. See, that's the problem when these dudes say what they say. We've been over here. And everybody knows that you could come over here and lie, say whatever. Everybody who has been at this channel knows what I said is true. They know what I'm saying is a fact. They've been here and watched me do. They've watched me expose people. They've been here watching it my entire career. So it's not something that's just been saying for clout. Now, saying stuff for clout is like what people do, taking out names, saying, oh, he did this and did that without a fact. But that's why when it came to the Hassan thing, we were hands off with it. We were like, yo, the honest thing is he's right because he is. These type of situations, and this goes back to Hassan. Shout out to Hassan leading to Storm Monroe and Jaguar Wright doing this. Because Hassan did help it, whether you want to believe it or not. Because the reason he's crashing out is because he was taken advantage of. And I'm asking that because it started out with a situation of a man doing this to a young boy. What would you do? So what are you going to say when it's a grown man doing this to another grown man? Are you going to keep the same energy? A lot of you aren't. You're going to sit there and say he should have been able to do something. I'm telling you, it's coming. Are you going to keep the same energy? Because you got to be careful. Because remember, we are here and we're dealing with a society that's beginning to push same-sex marriage, meaning that they're looking and already backing the fact that a man's going to be with a man and a woman with a woman. Now, what if they were forced upon by same sex? Are you going to be respectful to the point to say, well, that person did wrong, period. They're wrong. Or that guy should have helped it. That woman could have did something. We got to be careful because if you take that route, understand it's going to change the whole landscape of this whole environment with this information coming out. It's going to be digested different. It's going to be consumed different. It's going to be presented different. It's going to be new, different people coming out. Now, understand, we haven't seen anything like that coming out. It's been Diddy and women, Axel and women, Jamie Foxx and a woman. We haven't seen it yet. But I'm telling you, prepare because they're opening the floodgates for all people to get assistance for what happened to them. All people. Are you going to respect the fact that when that person has the guts to come out and be honest with what happened to them? We are going to see. We are going to see. But I told you guys, AXL Rose, Jamie Foxx, who else is coming? Get ready because then Diddy's second. So Diddy's second hit came out and it opened the gates for everything else. Right after Jaguar Wright came out with Storm Monroe to do this. We got to give props to them. We got to let them know. Let it be known. Thank you. You guys opened up something huge on YouTube that most people would not have been able to. And I'm being honest with that because we've been watching these social media socialites for a while. We haven't seen them score this big. They've scored big stories. They haven't scored this big. And it's bigger than you guys know. You haven't seen the articles yet. You haven't. Go out there and read. It's bigger than you guys know. This is worldwide. This is going worldwide. Because then who across seas is going to come out? Ha. You know who you rocking with. It's your guy. All rights reserved.